Hello, welcome to this week's weekly mailing, and it's been a week of exams for everybody this week. So the public exams still going ahead, and just so impressed with the way that those students have conducted themselves throughout. So many thanks to the fifth form and the upper sixth for their calm approach. And then we've had the internal exams this week, so our year nines, our fourth form, our remove, and also our lower sixth. And I just want to pay tribute personally to those students, first of all. So they've been really calm, really controlled, and just really disciplined in their practice, and that makes such a difference for when they then face public exam regulations. And they're quite strict around, no phones, no e-watches, and no e-pens, and all sorts of things that we have to now manage as well. And I just think the staff who've arranged that, so that's Mrs. Condy for the fourth form, Mrs. Cave Nags for remove and fifth, Mrs. Rath for the lower sixth this year, and then Dr. Bradley, who kind of puts the whole thing together, and then the learning support and the AL departments have run a really good room for those who have extra time and access arrangements, and it's just been the best that we've ever seen it done. So huge thanks to those colleagues for the work that they've done. We're going to be evolving our phone approach as we continue to adapt and respond to what's happening in that world. And we're going to be calling this approach flight mode, that situation where you go into where you are free from distractions and you can move around as you want to. So mostly it's as we currently have it. So lower school, as they currently come in, they hand in their phones in the morning when they first come in, and in the boarding house they can collect them back in, have some time with them and then hand them in. We're going to tweak that first thing in the morning bit, so for boarders they'll be able to have a quick check and then leave their phones where they are, so they won't be bringing them across into the main school. And then we're going to ask those to be remaining out of sight until 5:15. So there's a slight adjustment. Currently we release them back out at about 4 o'clock. We're going to move that to 5:15, so that the school day as a whole is protected. It also means that for day pupils, there's a really good reason just to leave them at home entirely, because they won't have their phones with them at any point during the day. And then the other slight adjustment for boarders is overnight on Saturdays they will be collected in, and then we'll have a little bit of flight mode time on a Sunday morning as well, so they can then have them back when they're going into town or on a trip, whenever it is in the afternoon. So some small evolutions really rather than massive change. And the same principles will apply to sixth form, that they are asked to manage it themselves a bit more, so we don't collect in from them, but they manage that. I'd really encourage you as well as families to have a conversation about a period of digital detox over the summer holidays. Something that I'm talking about with my own family, as we've got a trip away and we're just considering what do we need to do to make sure that time works. So we're looking at maps and CDs and digital cameras and all the things that we use our phone for, just to have a time as a whole family where we give ourselves that space away and connect with one another again. So I'd encourage you to think about, can you find a week or even 2 weeks where you could do a complete digital detox as a whole family and really focus that time together. Might be quite an interesting experiment for you. And then the last thing that I had this week, I'm grateful to Mrs. McShane for really driving this project, but we're going to be connecting with the city of Paju, which is in Korea, so South Korea, just above Seoul, and it's just on the border with North Korea, so on the edge of the demilitarized zone. And we're going to be working with Ribston High School, with the Cripps School, and also with Stroud High School over the course of the next few years, as we build on the partnership that Stroud High have had for a number of years now with the city of Paju. And it all comes about because of the Gloucestershire Regiment and because of their involvement in the Battle of Imjin. And there's a huge affection from that city towards Gloucester and the Gloucestershire Regiment in particular. And it's just a cry out, so if anybody has any connection with the Gloucestershire Regiment, in particular the Battle of Imjin, if you've got any family members who were involved in that, or you might have some history that you'd like to share with us, we'd love to hear from you, so get in touch please. And we're going to be building towards an education programme that will work alongside students from South Korea, from the city of Paju with that, but also some exchanges as well for about 3 or 4 of our students each year, and that will start in 18 months or so time. So exciting new development to go alongside our other exchanges that we have across the world as well. So a new thing for us, and we're always looking to add those things. So huge thank you to everyone involved in their exams. Next week is marking, the following week is report writing, and then we'll get those to you in the week after that. Have a really good weekend.